If you're new here, my name is Erica and I am your new budget bestie. So, today we are going to talk about debit cards and the benefits of using them. So, let's just get straight into it. I have my notes here. Really, I kind of need notes on this because, to be honest with you, I don't use my debit card. Me and credit cards go together real bad. So, a debit card is like the last thing on my mind. But that does not mean you can't use them and that there's no benefits. So let me just tell you. There are three main benefits of using and having a debit card, and the ones that we're going to go over today is the financial control and the budgeting of it all, the convenience and accessibility, and lastly, the security. So first, let's talk about the financial control and the budgeting aspect of debit cards. So the first benefit is it helps you avoid debt. So how exactly does this work? First of all, your debit card is normally linked to your bank account, your checking account. So you use it like cash. So what it means by avoiding debt is you know how much money you have in your bank account. You'll be using it like cash. And you can use it to prevent you from spending beyond your means. Now, granted, sometimes this is not that effective if you already don't know how to budget. You have to know how to budget, babe. that's that's just it. You have to know how to budget. So, if you're somebody that uses your debit card all the time, you really have to be mindful of your spending. Once you use your debit card, that money is gone. Like, boop, soon as you swipe that card, it's gone. But if you know how to budget properly, it does help you avoid debt because you know exactly what's coming in and out of your account, and you can limit your spending once you know you've hit your threshold for spending for the day, for the week, for the paycheck, whatever have you. Next thing is it's an easy way to budget. So, you just open your bank account, you can read off your transactions right there. It's all there for you. Lastly, there's no interest charges or fees on debit cards for the most part, because you get them from your bank and it's your own money, so there's no interest that accrues. Second benefit is the convenience and accessibility. So, of course, debit cards are widely accepted everywhere. You can pretty much go to a grocery store, a retail place, and online, and they basically all take debit cards. Most times, debit cards are just Visas or MasterCards. So, of course, they're accepted everywhere. The second thing is they're faster than checks. Now, first of all, I can tell you the last time I've seen anybody fill out a check. Now, that's not to say they're non existent, but hey, checks, are kind of a thing of the past. But basically, there are a lot, debit cards are a lot easier to deal with than writing a check out at the counter. You know what I'm saying? You just swipe the card and you go. So it's a lot quicker. Also, it's easier to obtain cash. So, of course, you can go to any ATM for the most part. That's your bank. Now, some ATMs do require like a fee, but depending on your bank, sometimes they can waive the fee to draw out money from the ATM. But basically, you can go to any ATMs. Pretty much you can pull money from anywhere. Also, mobile wallet compatibility. Now, of course, we didn't always have to worry about these things, but because of the time we're in, our phones can house our cards and everything like that. So most of the time, especially if you have Apple Pay or anything like that, you can add your debit card to it. It's kind of back and forth about credit cards. It removed mine, so I guess it doesn't take credit cards anymore, but it is what it is. But debit cards, they typically take, and of course, it's linked to your bank account, so you have your money anywhere you go. Online purchases and billing payments. So, online purchases, it's widely accepted online, and also you can use your debit card to pay your bills online. So, of course, that's where auto pay comes in. Now, the debit card is not necessarily being used, it's kind of your bank account being used because money's coming out of your account. But either way, it's money that's getting taken directly from your account. You don't have to wait to get your money and pay your bills and do all that. Last thing is security. So of course you have enhanced security, like enhanced security in comparison to cash. If you're carrying cash and you lose your cash, then it's just gone. Sorry, the lighting is going to be terrible It is what it is. Gotta make it work. I'm getting this video out because y'all gotta know how to budget, okay? Anyway, like I was saying, security wise, you do have a PIN number. So, your funds are protected by your identification number. And if anything happens, you can always call your bank, like, hey, I need a replacement, or you can lock your card or do anything like that. So there's the extra security. There's also fraud protection. Of course, since it's linked to your bank, if anything happens, your bank can call you, let you know what's going on, and you can cancel transactions, do anything like that. And for the most part, they got you covered as far as any suspicious activity. You also have that little chip now. Of course, they didn't always have this chip back in the day, but now they have this chip, and basically it's encrypting your transactions. So there's security in that as well. And like I mentioned earlier, your card can also be replaced. So if anything happens, you can just call your bank. They can replace it for you. It's not going to be a problem. Random additional benefits are there's no application to get a debit card. Most times when you open up a checking account, they do give you a debit card. And that's, of course, how you have access to your money. And then this is a good stepping stone, getting the debit card, to just get you an introduction on finances, period, and just how to manage your money. Credit cards are a little bit more advanced in terms of budgeting, but debit cards are good places to start just so you get used to using a card, paying attention to your finances. Well, like paying attention to actually documenting your transactions. So every time you make a purchase, you need to be tracking. You need to be tracking, okay? Now, of course, debit cards, like I said, they're instant. Like, your money is gone in an instant. As soon as you swipe the card, it is gone. That's why you look up and a bill comes out and you don't have the money, because you've used your debit card everywhere. You're using your debit card for every purchase. So that's why I say credit cards are essentially better. But again, I'm going to get into all the credit things next video, but debit cards are a good place to start if you're new to budgeting, if you're new to just handling your finances at all. Debit cards are good because it just gets you used to the spending mode and tracking of everything. That's about it, y'all. I don't have too much to say about debit cards. My debit card is a Visa, so I use it kind of like if I have anything under $20, like that's kind of my threshold. But your threshold could be $10. It doesn't matter. Like, you can use your debit card, but I would just say put a limit on it, because you really want to make sure you have money in the bank for when your auto pay bills are due and everything like that, so that you'll have money in the bank to take care of that. This was just an overview of debit cards, just to get you started and what their benefits are. But like I said, I'm just going to be totally transparent. I do not use my debit card that often, but it was a good stepping stone for when I first started budgeting. It did get me used to knowing how much money I was spending, and just getting used to handling money. So, but credit cards, yeah, that's really where it's at. So if you want to know more about credit cards, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I will see you in the next video. Bring your pen and your notepad out, because credit cards, yeah, let's get into it. Thanks again for watching, and see you in the next one.